Guys, Carrie here, the win-win home buyer from Carrie Buys Houses. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 mistakes to avoid when buying, renovating, and selling a house. And a lot of these mistakes have come from my own personal experience, so I'd like to share some with you. And we're going to be turning this into a 5-part series because there are so many mistakes out there that are completely avoidable, and I want to talk about all of them in the different phases of buying, renovating, and selling. So there's basically 5 phases when you purchase, renovate, and sell a property. The first, of course, is to get it under contract. Whether this is an investment property or you're buying it for retail, first thing you've got to do is get it under contract. And there's a lot of due diligence in that very first phase that you need to do, which is going to set you up for success for the next 4 phases. So this is a super important phase to avoid making these mistakes, because it's going to set you up for success all the way down to if you're flipping this property and you're selling it. So we're going to be talking about next week the 5 mistakes to avoid in this phase. Second phase is closing on the property when you buy it. So again, this is going to set you up for success in your renovation, and then if you're flipping it, it's going to set you up for success to get some profit in your pocket at the end of the day. So next phase we'll be talking about is closing. Renovation. There are so many mistakes that you can avoid making in the renovation phase. Again, ask me how I know. It's because I've made a lot of them, and they've all been learning opportunities. I treat my mistakes as learning opportunities, not failures, and I'd like to teach you how to avoid them so you can avoid the pain of those mistakes. So renovation is very important. Everything happens in a logical sequence. You don't want contractors stepping over each other. You don't want the roofer there while you're painting the exterior of the house, because those contractors might not be happy with you if you've scheduled them for the same day. And so there's a lot that goes on in the renovation, so we'll be talking about that as well. Next, if you're flipping the property, or if you have a house that you bought for yourself and you're ready to sell it, the next phase is finding a buyer. So getting it up on the market, finding a qualified buyer that's going to buy your house, because the last thing you want to do is put the house under contract with a buyer who won't qualify for a loan, because now your property's been off the market pending and you now have to put it back on the market. So it's going to take you longer to sell your home if you're not doing these few really simple steps when finding a buyer. Okay, and then the last part of the series is, again, closing. Closing when you sell the house. So if you're flipping the house, this is where you're making your profit, is in the close area. And so there's a couple things that you want to do at closing to avoid any mistakes here as well. So this is going to be our 5-part series. Next week we're going to be talking about the contract phase. Very, very important. We're going to be going over all of the due diligence items that you need to go through to set yourself up for success for these next phases. So that's it for today, guys. Please subscribe and like my YouTube video up here by clicking on the link. And of course, if you or anyone you know is interested in selling a house, please go to carriebuyshouses.com by clicking on the link here. And on that page, you're going to get also a ton of, again, free information on my blog page. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you.